Okay. Okay. Hey. Hey. Okay. Okay. Are you ready for action? Giggling as she laughing as Stevie pursue her passion, trailblazing to satisfaction. Just Stevie is everlasting. Her drive, no one could match it. We knew that Stevie could make it. On top of she always saying these words to encourage you. Stick around, she'll empower you. Turning negative positive. And she just keeping it real. She doing it from the heart. Motivation was a start. If Stevie say you can make it, it's a bet that you will. It's just Stevie, just Stevie. Yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Just Stevie Show. What's going on, party people? How y'all doing on today? I am so excited to be back with you for another episode. Why? Because we're gonna have fun. Don't y'all want to have some fun, you guys? Fun is not just a niche, it's a necessity. It's how I live my life. It's what I believe in. Who am I? I am a public relations coach, but at the end of the day, y'all, I am just like you. I'm a woman on a mission, doing amazing things and doing more and more each and every day so that I can rock my it factor to the fullest. What's your it factor? It's that je ne sais quoi and that vada va voom that mixes and blends and creates the dynamic person called you. And guess what? Bigger than that, it's your God-given gift. So we each have a gift. And we just have to rock it. You know, when you walk it, you rock it. Hey, when you walk it, you rock it. Yes. It's going to be amazing to just see your it factor come to life. That's what we do here. We empower, inspire, educate, and motivate you by equipping you with the tools to succeed, rock your it factor, and love your life. I am excited. Y'all can see that I am excited. Why? Because we have another day to get it right. Some people, they just don't, but we do. And you all have decided to spend your time, your greatest commodity, here with me. It's going to be an extra special, amazing day. Why? Because we're going to make it so. When you make it so, there is no, circumstance or there's no happenstance. And even if it does, okay, guess what? We just make it happen and move on. That's what we do. That's how we show up. That's how we become in this day and age, because it's all about you. These 30 minutes that we spend together is all about you. I do my best to bring to the table whatever you need, however you need it, and we do that through having dynamic guests who come and just tell you how they got where they got. And so we will be right back after this commercial break. Can't wait to see y'all.
Just Stevie, just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
It's all in me, yeah. I can be every woman with brie and B, fashions and accessories.
It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Welcome back to another segment here. Another Stevie Says segment. Get excited, get excited, get excited. I love this segment, and not just because it's something I say, but because I feel like God told it to me, so I have an obligation to tell it to y'all, right? So here it is. Stevie Says for this day is the one thing I know for sure is that in order to change your life, you must first change your mindset. Yes. So mindset is key. Mindset is so key. Wherever you think you will go. If you think you can't do something and you think you can do something, guess what? You're right. But it's about the actions that follow the mindset. We've got to keep our lives in a personal development space. We've got to keep our lives wherever it needs to go so that we can flow continuously. It didn't just happen for me to become a best-selling author. That wasn't something that just happened. I had to have a goal in mind, and I had to do the work to follow it. And that's what that is all about. So what is your mind telling you to do? We've got to renew. We've got to enrich. We've got to read. We've got to be around people in our circles who grow us greater. Honey, we can't just be the only ones. I do not want to be the sharpest pencil in the box. Not at all. I'm not, because, you know, I have some slow moments. But I am really good at what I'm really good at, and that's the key important thing. And so that is our Stevie Says. Get excited. And the word of the day. What is the word of the day? Hey, the word of the day. What the word of the day? Let's say the word of the day today is driven. Driven, according to the dictionary, because I'm a dictionary type of chick, means operated, moved, or controlled by a specified person or source of power. So when you are driven, and most people know I am a Christian, I am driven completely by God. God drives this car of my life. And so you've got to understand that when you are driven, there's nowhere that you can't go. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. Just like on the highway, right? Even when the highways are closed, we find an alternative route and we still keep it moving. And so you've got to be able to say, I am driven to succeed. I am driven for more. I'm driven for greatness. And no matter what obstacles happen, even on those days where your mind is like, oh my gosh, then you are still driven to make it happen. And that is the beautiful thing about this life. We are able to change our course and to be driven in any place that we decide to be on any given day. And I love that about life, right? Because, you know, one day you may wake up and want to do something completely different than what you did the day before. So being driven is something that you've got to do. And it's going to be an amazing example through our guest today. I'm telling you what, like, I've not seen a person more driven, especially when life throws you these curveballs that you are not expecting. How many can attest that you get some curveballs in life? I know I can. But you still got to be driven to get up and make it happen, right? Make it happen. That's why I tell y'all to make it a great day, because so many outside circumstances can come in your life and infiltrate. But if you're driven, then you're like, ow, get out the way. Hey, Ludacris used to have a song, but we ain't singing those lyrics today. But get out the way is all I'm going to say. We ain't going to even talk about the rest. But you do have to tell those circumstances, those obstacles, those hindrances to move out the way. You got to keep on driving. And I love analogies. So as we are going through this highway of life and we're staying focused, then we are able to drive successfully. We're able to get up and say, this is how my day is going to look on today, right? That's why we make the decisions. That's why we take our power. That's why we take our purpose. That's why we take everything inside of us and make grand things happen. So be driven, stay driven. I cannot wait till y'all see our guest for today. She is dynamic, y'all. Super bad all day long. Yes, she is. And she is the epitome of the word driven. And I wanted to just break that word down for you so that you'll know exactly what it means. I am super duper uber excited that she'll be joining us in just a few short moments. It's going to be great. Yes. So we'll see you right back after a commercial break.
It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Well, I matter because I'm always trying to find a way to help people, you know. If I'm out volunteering for an organization, I'm always trying to help my friends out with something, you know, trying to improve their life, improve my own life, you know. I matter because I'm human, and who knows what I'm going to do in the future, so I might change something, you know. We don't know our own fate, so I think I matter.
Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother
just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie.
Hello everybody, my name is Alyshia Merchant. I am a 29-year-old and 6-year lupus warrior and survivor. I am also the founder of organization Making Lupus Look Good. Making Lupus Look Good is a grassroots organization located in Roanoke, Virginia, that is committed to inspiring and empowering women with lupus and to also educate the general public about the importance of lupus awareness in Roanoke and surrounding areas. We also aspire to shed light on what it's like to live with an invisible autoimmune illness day in and day out. It's not an easy thing to do. The word of the day is drive, and what drive means to me and how I believe that I am driven. In my opinion and from my own personal experiences, passion is what fuels drive. And what I mean by that is that if you're not walking in your purpose in life, and if you're not passionate about whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to find it pretty hard to be driven. You're going to find it really hard to be dedicated, at least 100%, because you're not passionate about it. It's not your why. It's not your who. For example, when I was newly diagnosed with lupus, the first thing that I wanted to do and needed to do was reach out to someone, to find someone to talk to, some type of support group, anything, just to encourage me and to tell me that, you know, hey, I went through this and you can get through it too. I just needed some guidance. The phone number that I found was disconnected, and shortly after I found out that there was absolutely nothing here in Roanoke for like almost 20 years for lupus. So I went through about a year and a half, probably almost right at 2 years, fighting this thing on my own, figuring it out on my own. Outside of, online support groups, I was alone. Just reflecting back on that, even to this day, just remembering how alone I felt, how discouraged I felt, that alone is what drives me to be who I am, to do what I do, which is to encourage and inspire women all over who are living with lupus, not just in Roanoke, Virginia, but to make sure any woman that I come in contact with in the world that has lupus, just to make sure that she doesn't have to go through what I went through alone. So to me, like I said, passion fuels drive. If you don't have passion, you probably don't have drive. Drive is what gets you out of bed in the morning. Drive is what keeps you up at night. You know, drive I'll say passion is what is going to drive you to achieve your goal, or to achieve being who God created you to be. So I feel that if you don't have passion, if you're lacking passion in your life, if you don't feel that you're walking in your purpose, you probably don't have drive. I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. I wake up each and every morning excited to do my part in changing the world. And to me, that's how I am driven. I'm driven, my pain is what drives me. And one of my favorite quotes and favorite things to tell people or to say or to remember is not to just follow your dreams, stalk them. So again, if you have passion, I believe that you'll always have drive. You'll never have a problem getting, where you need to be in life. If you have passion, you have drive. And that's my intake on it, and that's how I believe I'm driven.
Welcome back. And as you guys can see, we can have driven success right in front of our eyes. Miss Alyshia Merchant, she is here. Y'all see how fabulous she looks, right? I love it. Welcome to the Just Stevie Show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I want to really ask you, what does the word driven mean to you? What do you think about? What do you feel when you hear that word?
For me, driven means that thing that keeps you woke at night, the thing that doesn't let you sleep.
Yes.
Until you fulfill what it is that need to be fulfilled. So to me, it's motivation. That's as far as that's what it means to me.
Yes. Well, that's good. What it means to you, because guess what? You are driven to succeed, my sister.
Thank you.
I love it. And I want to really tell the people what it is that you do and who you are and why you do that. So if you would tell just a little bit to us, and then we'll go through how you are driven in life.
Okay. I'm 29 years old. When I was 23, I was suddenly diagnosed with lupus nephritis. And for those who don't know, lupus is an autoimmune illness in which your immune system attacks foreign invaders as they enter into the body to protect you, whereas mine is out of control, can't tell the difference between healthy tissue and bad tissue, so it just attacks everything. In my case, it attacks my organs, my kidneys primarily. I think I went about a year struggling with insecurity. With lupus, you tend to lose your hair, which I have pretty much lost all mine. I had like all this fluid on me from just the buildup of the fluid from the disease itself attacking my kidneys. So I would carry 30 to 45 pounds of fluid on me. I had the skin rashes, the butterfly rash across my face, and I also had a big swollen puffy face from the prednisone, which is a steroid used to suppress your immune system. So I felt really unattractive. I've always been a confident person, but during that time of my life I felt very, very, very insecure. But at the same time, I was very vain prior to that. So God had to break me all the way down in order to build me back up into who He wanted me to be. 2014, I went into acute kidney failure. I was hospitalized. They told me, a doctor came in my room and he pulled my wig back in front of all the students he had with him. He pointed out the rash on my face in front of the students, and he told me that lupus would kill me and that when I died ugly. We started chemotherapy for 6 months after that, and he told me I'd be on dialysis too. Needless to say, I'm sitting here today. I'm not on dialysis. I don't feel ugly. But in response to what that doctor said, in 2015, I started my own organization, Making Lupus Look Good. And what we do is we go out and we find women that are dealing with the same insecurities that I dealt with and I still deal with daily. And we give them full makeovers and a photo shoot to make them feel beautiful again. We get wigs made for them if they've lost their hair at no cost whatsoever to the patient. So that is what I live to do now, and couldn't see myself doing anything else. Couldn't imagine it.
Wow. Let's kind of back up here, and I just can imagine you hearing those words, you're gonna die ugly.
Yeah.
And what it is that it is something, like, I always think about emotionally, like that's just where I am, personal development. So I think about emotionally, and when you hear the words you're gonna die ugly, like, and then you talk about the transition that God has taken you through, you could have died like that part of you died ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it did, and now you have emerged. And even from the butterfly rash, as you call it, like, we know the whole story of emergence with the butterfly, right? You go through your caterpillar stage, you go through all these stages, and so it is purpose, and it is key that you did go through that, and you were driven, even when you were ill, because I went through this whole thing with stress and being ill as well, and going like overnight from a size 14 to a size 0, like, you know, I was looking at some pictures the other day, and I'm like, I am not built to be a 0. Zeros are cute, but that's not me. But it's truly something about you and your strength, and I love what you've done with your organization. And I love that you have taken it to a beautiful butterfly experience and just, like, said, I'm not going to let those words just infiltrate my spirit and soul. And so as we talk about this whole thing that you are doing that's amazing, let's transition to something I know that's coming up in May. May is going to be a powerful month. May is, and why May? A lot of people may not know the circumstances about May, you know?
May is Lupus Awareness Month, and we typically do our big event in October, but this year we wanted to do an event in May, but I want it to be reoccurring. I want it to be every year. We don't have anything here for lupus, which was the biggest problem for me, because when I was first diagnosed, the first thing I wanted to do is pick up the phone and find a support group to get some help from people who understood what I was going through. The number was disconnected. And so at that point I started reaching out to Lupus Foundation of America and partnering with them, and I will always support them, but we need something here to keep people motivated. So we will be having an event. Details will be coming shortly in May. This will be the first one ever. And we also have a walk coming up, which will be the first walk ever in history in Roanoke for lupus. So yeah, stay tuned.
Yes. And we know some famous people who have lupus, and those are, who are the people who we know, like
Nick Cannon, Selena Gomez, and then my all-time favorite, and not just because she has lupus, I loved her before I found out she had lupus, but now I fell in love with her again, which is Toni Braxton. And I think they all just make it look so good, and they're true examples of how you can't look at someone and tell what they're going through. So a lot of people can't look at me, you know, and when I tell them, if they don't know me and I tell them I have lupus, they're like, oh, but you don't look sick, you know, so them alone, seeing them living their lives and, you know, going on tours and just, they motivate me, you know, because I know that they know what they're going through, the same thing I'm going through, but to see them doing it, they motivate me a lot. So.
yeah. Back to the word of the day, which we know is driven, right?
They drive me.
Yes,
They drive me.
yes. And it's important because, you know, Nick Cannon and Selena Gomez and Toni Braxton all have had these careers that, you know, lupus is something that could stop you in your tracks and you wouldn't have emerged. So I think that's important about the drive throughout them all.
Yeah.
Especially Nick. I love Nick. I'm a wild now. I watch it a lot. So
I like Nick too. I love Toni.
Yes.
I like Selena Gomez
Yes.
too. And I don't know, a lot of people don't know that Silk, you know, Silk from the 90s with the skin. So everybody always thought, like, you know, what was wrong with his face. I remember as a child not knowing what was wrong with his face also. And he has discoid lupus, which is a type of lupus that affects your skin.
Wow.
So yeah, but he's here. He's still kicking.
So with lupus, that's a good point. It affects different areas with different people,
Yeah.
right?
It can affect anything. Your heart, your kidneys, your lungs, your skin, your hair follicles, which is why our hair falls out. My hair still falls out when it's active. But also your brain. And in 2016, after I had thought I went into remission after the chemo in 2016, it did come back in my brain. So I took about a year and a half off of driving because I now have seizures and things like that because my body thinks I have a tumor, and I really don't. I have fluid buildup. But it can attack anything. So yeah, I mean, literally. So I think that's what makes it different from the other autoimmune illnesses. Most have like just one area.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
But we ain't here to talk about that. We talking about being driven, right?
Yes, we are. But I think the whole background of that, because a lot of people hear lupus, especially autoimmune diseases, they hear these, and because you can't see, like, you know, certain diseases you can see.
Yeah.
And certain you can't. So it's like when you show up and looking as flawlessly as you do, you know, that doesn't mean, you know, that you're not having a day.
Right.
And so I think people just have to understand, give some grace to anybody. Whether you have a disease or not, people just need grace, you know? And I think that's amazing. I truly understand the purpose and the power of what you've done. And so I want to kind of shift to talk about being a chic sheepreneur. Y'all know I call women entrepreneurs doing their thing. It Factor rockers and chic sheepreneurs. That's just where I dwell. But
I love it.
Thank you. So let's talk about how you have like really seen the emergence of women entrepreneurs, and what do you think about that?
As far as like how I feel about women entrepreneurs, so I love it for one. I love it. I feel like we come from we have a history of men being the providers and you know, and just being the head of the households. And so I love like the movement now when women are taking control of their lives and you know, having power. So I love it, absolutely. I also love. I believe in. I don't believe in working a 9 to 5. I really believe in working for yourself, creating your own hours. For me, it's like a lot of people who are sick. One of the things that we deal with is working a 9 to 5 because you don't know how you're going to feel day in and day out. So you can't really commit to a job not knowing if you're going to be late, not knowing if you're going to miss a day because you're sick. You know, so I really, 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 which is one of the things we'll be talking about at the event in May. I'm really, really all for women getting out here and figuring out ways to make their own money instead of having somebody else being in control of your funds. So yeah, that's everything to me.
Yes, and I love female entrepreneurship.
I do too.
I think it's amazing. I think it's very key to understand that as a female, you know, it's old song says sisters doing it for ourselves.
Yeah.
But I think that it is. I have been a full-time entrepreneur since 2009, and in that it's been a journey.
Yeah.
Like, it is a journey where you don't know what's going to happen. You've got to be able to make plan and stick to it. You got to be able to understand the flexibility, the awards, because sometimes we have a lot of flexibility that's like, I don't want to do anything today, and you don't have to, but you can't have too many days of that, you know. And then the other side of that is that because we are female entrepreneurs, we got to take some breaks, and self-care is keenly important. So when you're talking about self-care, what is it that you do to take care of yourself?
I just did it. Because last I was at an MS event all weekend. I really got into meditating. I don't get into the weirdness because I'm a Christian. I love God. God has shown up to me in ways in my life you can't tell me he ain't real. But I get more so into the breathing, just relaxation, because a lot of times we live day in and day out just living for the next moment. So actually just slow down, breathe, and be present. So I do that a lot. Also hot baths. Bubble baths. I do those at least 3 times a week, if not more. And I love reading. I love shutting off the noise of the world. You know, my daughter goes with her dad on Saturdays. I shut off all the noise of the world and I get in my dark place and I listen to music. Sometimes I also have like a book where I have positive quotes because I have like a lot of negative things going through my mind, and social media tends to do that for me. So sometimes I have to log out of that, shut off the noise of the world, and just do some positive affirmations. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do for self-care. Yes. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, get your nails done, feet done. That's self-care.
Yes, it is, right? Yeah. Let's talk about social media. Social media it's a great tool. It is. It's a great tool, but some of y'all, I'm looking at y'all, some of y'all just do a little too much, right? It's one thing. I have a book here called You Have No Idea the Hell I've Been Through. Right? And I've been through some hell at the time, and like, you know, hell doesn't necessarily mean like a bad, it's not detrimental in that, but it is the moments, like getting over it and going on. And so, but I don't put all that on social media. Like, if you go to my page, it's never too much. Like, I might have 1 in a million days, but it's not, you're not gonna find that. And I know the same for you. And so I think that people, they just, y'all can't do that.
And see, I have like a lot of, that's another thing too, I have a lot of bad days, but no one will ever know. If I really do post about how I'm feeling on Facebook, you know what, I am feeling awful that day. But I see a lot, and eyes are the windows to the soul. And I also, like, when I see just like a lot of negativity, like sometimes not even Roanoke, just those, you know, posts where they're talking about people, all the negativity, the racism and all that, I have to log out sometimes because it just drains me. I'm to the point now where I don't even hardly go through my timeline because I don't want to see it. I just post and get off.
God has given us a special magic thing on Facebook, right? It's called the unfollow button. So I like unfollow, unfollow. Because I have got to see, like, and even it's so funny, like sometimes you see people who are really, really driven, which is a great thing, but you also see people who, like, we only see the highlight reel. But I thank you, Alyshia, for just not only being the highlight reel, but being the movie afterwards, you know? Like, that's the whole thing, and I appreciate you for being here. Thank you, my sister.
You're always so positive. So it's likewise. Back to you.
Yes, so we cannot wait till you just have all of the great events coming forward. Keep us posted so we can share and do what we need to do to support you. But thank you so much for being here.
Welcome.
I appreciate
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. Guys, we will be right back after this commercial break.
It's all in me. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Isn't she awesome? Y'all saw why she is driven. Y'all saw that because of these steps that she's making in life and in business. And we even talked some self-care because when we're driven, it's important to understand that self-care is like, you got to. It's only one of us. So we cannot like run ourselves ragged. We got to be the sheepreneurs who make sure that we get the self-care as well. And so it has been an amazing episode of the Just Stevie Show. I am excited that you all are here. Definitely invite your friends to the party. You need to have more and more and more friends coming to the party. It's going to be an excellent and exciting season. Yay. So guess what? We have all the It Factor rockers and all the stars of the Star City and beyond come down and talk to me because that's what we do. And so, guys, let me tell you, you know what I say all the time. Make it a great day. Do not have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, you too, have the power to do so. Y'all know where you can find me. You can find me at Stevie.com. You can find me all over social media. And, of course, you can find me here on the Just Stevie Show. Just know how to spell my first name right. Stevii, not I-E, not one I, none of that, I. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Her drive, no one could match it. We knew that Stevie could make it. On top of she always saying these words to encourage you. Stick around, she'll empower you, turning negative positive. And she just keeping it real. She doing it from the heart. Motivation was a start. If Stevie say you can make it, it's a bet that you will. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie Mills. It's just Stevie, yep, just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills. Just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie. It's just Stevie, yep, it's just Stevie Mills.